Hey guys, I want to make a real quick video today to show you just a little bit about what I did to troubleshoot this Amana NDE2335AYW dryer. There's so many videos out on the web already that kind of give some general procedural things that you can do to troubleshoot this sort of situation, but I figured I'd just share this with you guys if anybody has this same model number out there. So we're just going to jump right in, and obviously I'm a fair deal of the ways into the troubleshooting process of this machine here, and if you need some extra help on just learning how to take these machines apart, there's so many videos out online that do that. I didn't want to bother too much time with that today because, like I said, I just wanted to show you if you have the same exact specific Amana model number that I'm working with here and you experience the symptom that I have. So everything on the machine worked perfectly, like the timing switch and the knobs on it, that kind of stuff. The drum would spin, the blower would blow. It was just the symptom that I had was just would not heat up no matter what I did. So that's what we're troubleshooting here, and that's just what I wanted to show you a little bit about on my machine, what the problem was, and maybe this is same with yours. But once again, this model specifically is one of the ones with the front loading lint trap. So therefore, you're always going to attack problems on dryers such as these from the front forward. And just like as a side note, if you did have another Amana model or Whirlpool or whatever, a lot of them are so similar, interesting enough, that have the lint trap like kind of on the top lid section there. It's like with that big rectangular piece that slides in and out. You would actually attack the problem from the back. So just a little side note there, might save you some time if you're trying to figure this out and get your machine apart. But basically, once you get all the parts off and you get the drum out, you can access all these various areas inside the machine that are kind of like the first things that you want to check. So there's one switch on the blower here that we can check for continuity, and you'll need a multimeter for this, by the way. And you just very simply you put it on the ohm or the resistance side, and you're going to be looking for continuity, or in other words, just that energy is allowed to flow through this circuit, and that is going to be how you tell that it's good. So you can see there we've got this reading of near zero, and that tells us that this switch is good here, and that is a contrast to what I figured out, and I'll show you in a second here. The heating element I've already taken out, but this part lives in the back of the dryer there, and just like a toaster oven, you got all these coils that heat up and actually provide the physical heat to do the job of drying your clothes. But I tested these other guys in the back as well first, because these are common things that'll be a culprit with this sort of behavior that the machine is exhibiting. We've got a thermostat here, and you've got a thermal fuse here, and in the same thing, I had just tested the continuity on both these parts there, and it's kind of hard to hold this and do this at the same time, but these both tested good. A near zero reading there on the ohm setting, but that is a contrast to let's see if I can do this on the actual electrical connectors of the heating element, so where the power actually goes in to flow through this thing and heat it up. This, you can see that there's no reading there. That means that there's no continuity. So once again, electricity for some reason is not able to flow through there, and that's obviously a very big problem. So like I said, I tested all this stuff while I still had this bolted to the back of the machine, but once I figured out that there was no continuity here, I mean, that was a very big telltale sign that there's a break actually physically in the coils, and maybe this is what you're dealing with. And once you pull this thing off, you can just tap your fingers over each little section here, and it should be pretty apparent when you get to the side where you find the break. I'll zoom in here. That is exactly what happened to this part here. So and this machine is 20 plus years old, definitely doesn't owe me anything, but just like anything else, you've got heat cycling on and off through here for years and years and years. It just fatigues these parts, and they give way at some point, and they break, and that's just what happened here. So I've already gone online and found a place to order the replacement part for this. This isn't really that bad at all. You can get just this piece in and of itself for between $40 and $50 delivered to you, depending on where you can find it online and how much you got to pay to ship it to you, and tax and all that kind of stuff. But also too, I'll leave this down in the description, but very specifically, you can come down on the little edge of the part here and get the part number. That's the 503978, and this is actually a Whirlpool part, I believe. Many of these machines share common parts and things across all their brand and model lines. I think it's a WPY 503978. Like I said, I'll leave that down in the description. If you happen to have the same problem on your machine that I've had on mine, and you do determine it to be your heating element, but like I said, I just want to show you what it looks like when you have a bad heating element in your dryer. So this should be a pretty more or less simple thing to fix. I'll just get the new part and put it back on. And also too, a really important step before you start unplugging all the connectors on all these different parts and things inside the dryer, like take a picture or make some kind of notation for yourself. I find that just a quick snapshot with your camera or your cell phone camera makes it really easy. When you go back to hook all these things back up, you need to figure out exactly where all these wires were previously. They need to go exactly right in the same spots for obvious reasons. So just a little quick tip before you get started with a job like this. But I hope that helps you if you've got this Amana style that I do and it's not heating up. So parts in the mail. It shouldn't take that long to get this thing back together when I get it, and should be back to normal before long here. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.